Beyblades. You remember them, you love them, and you most certainly love spinning them. Now, you see, they mysteriously dropped out of the competition. They're just out of existence. It's out of blue. No more of these. We're going to be going back through the past, seeing what clues, what we can theorize even. What actually made these things poof? Why did they drop out of existence? What we're going to be finding out after a lot of research is what happened to not just the toy, but also the anime. Roll the intro. So, for all of you guys who didn't know, Beyblade itself actually started off as a toy in Japan, which eventually made it on to the US and all the rest of the world. So, and there's the four basic types, which is the attack, defense, stamina, and balance. I'm not going to go too in depth onto what they actually do and what the difference is, but really much all you have to know is that they all looked cool. And for a while, the show basically helped sell the toys, but in recent years it hasn't been doing that well, especially since they ended the show, but we're going to talk about that in a bit. The toy line is still going on. It's just not as popular as it once was. But then in 2016, they introduced a new brand, a new type of Beyblade called the Burst Bay, which is the one that is more common now and the most recent one as of now. Nothing has been used from the Metal Fusion ones in like a really long time, but everyone is just familiar with the Burst ones, since those are what everybody pretty much grew up on, at least in my case. According to Google Trends here, the toy and the brand of Beyblade Burst kind of fell off in 2021, late 2021, and I can see why. It's been the popularity and I'd say good writing of the show kind of just died after Turbo. But we're about to get into that in a minute. You see, the anime kind of affects how the sales of the toy come on, since a lot of people are going to be watching the show instead of, and also playing with the toys, because that's just how media works, apparently. So, the anime this is the first season of the anime, basically followed this guy named Voltavoy, which is the guy you're seeing on screen right now, trying to get stronger at Beyblade and become like the best person there ever is. Well, at least in the sequel. But in the first one, he's just starting out, and he has his friend Shu with him, and his homie is right over here, helping him out, and his two siblings. And yeah, they meet a bunch of people, and that's pretty much it. They just battle out in tournaments. It's pretty cool. And then this motherfucker right here, I hate this man. Even to this day, even when I first saw it, I hated him. You wanna know why? Because he murdered one of Shu's Beyblade and just crushed Volt's dreams of ever being first place in the the World Championship Series or something like that. I haven't watched it in a while, but I think that's. So yeah, the show that was the first season of the show. Then it got a sequel where you get Genesis Valtryek and all that cool stuff. But if you guys, I was obsessed with this show when I was little. You see that man right there, Volt? He's the reason why I have a red jacket and a blue one. If you ever wanted to track it down, there you go, Beyblade. But yeah, the show had him as the main protagonist for the first two seasons of its run. And then in season 3 you run around. I was excited, right? You know, because the third season, cool. Then they made this red-headed this red guy just be the main character for this season, which is okay, but they made Vault a side character, which is annoying to me. Well, to me, I mean like I don't know, when I little me, I guess. I don't feel like get a good age range because that's a lot of time to calculate. Oh yeah, in case you were wondering which season this was in, because this is season 3. This was this season. You see, this season is when I started to lose interest into the show because all the character development that Vault had, it kind of just got thrown out of the window just because the new guy on the block is here. I mean, it's not like I don't want to have new characters. It's great and all, but it's Vault. Why can't you just? It's weird. It's weird how you just switched up on us like that. That's just like if Dragon Ball went like from, alright, we're gonna have Goku for a bit, and now we're gonna go do a random guy down the streets who becomes a Super Saiyan. That's basically the same concept here. And then they did it again. I thought when that came out, I was like, oh, okay, sweet. It's just gonna be Iger for now, and for 2 seasons, and then just go back to Vault, right?
Nuh-uh.
No, I was wrong. We get this fucking guy here. Why? And it just kind of just went like that, and Vault became he kind of was just there in Rise, which is why I feel like everyone started to lose interest because the characters that everyone wanted to see kind of just weren't there anymore. And that's when Rise was the last time I would watch the anime, and I think from there that's why the anime went to crap, because not just using the main characters from previous seasons, from the first 2 seasons, showing his office journey and stuff, because it'd be really cool to show how like he grew and all that. But the writing kind of sucked a bit. That's also why. At least that's my theory on it. And why they decided, we're going to end the season now. Quad Strike, you're going to be the last one. Alright, I'm going to give you guys some nostalgia. And potentially some parents' PTSD.
Our brains collide, fight to survive. During the battle, they come alive. Our goal's the same, the perfect game. If you get knocked out, just try again. We won't give up, oh, we won't give in. This is our time, this is our moment. Beyblade burst. We've come so far, hear the roar of the stadium.
Okay, nostalgia out of the way. Let me show you guys my Beyblades, so you guys can get a grasp of how like OG I am, so you guys don't invalidate my theories. Alright, so here's my Beyblade collection. Let me see if I can remember all these guys' names from memory. Base launchers here. This cool shark one. This one tells you how much you ripped it. Depending on how hard. And there's like a button right here or something like that to reset it. To reset the thingy. If we go on this. I don't know if you guys are watching like the audio, you're probably not gonna be able to see it, but this is what. Or if you switch it to video, you know what we're talking about? See, I didn't rip it. I ripped it pretty good. Made that go up there. I haven't seen this in the show. I haven't watched the show ever since, I think Rise was like the last one I saw. And that's when I started watching the anime. But yeah. Okay. It's a lot of launchers. Oh yeah, this is my favorite. I have free QR code for everyone who even still uses the Beyblade app. We're gonna figure out later if it still works. Okay. This one's the dragon one from Rise. This is my favorite, Genesis Valkyrie. I love the whole series of Valkyrie. It's Valkyrie, guys, not Valkyrie. You fucking morons. I hate it when I see everybody on YouTube call it, no, this is Genesis Valkyrie. It's not. I know that's what it's called in Japan or something like that. But in the US, and the way I learned it, the way it's supposed to be, and in the show, it's Valkyrie. It sounds better. Look at it. It looks more like a Valkyrie, not Valkyrie. Okay? It's Valkyrie. Jesus Christ, it's not that hard. And then this guy is Satum. I remember that. He came in the same set. This is not Nightmare. This is something Luinor. This is Wyvron. I don't know which version of him it is. I think it's the one from Evolution. And then here's another guy from Rise. I don't know his name. And now I'm gonna go on into a rant about the names because everybody on YouTube seems to not know the names correctly. Also, this one's the cool one. This one is Requiem Spryzen, where you can flip this part right here, depending on what mode it is. I think this is attack mode, because this is one of those bays like you can change what type it is, just depending on how the top and down is. Then this is I think this is balance mode. No, not balance. Balance is this one right here. This one is this one is either defense or it's like stamina, and this one will be defense. I know this one's a balance type. You can just switch what mode it's in. It's pretty cool. And then I think this is Herberus or Hydrius, one of the two. There he is again. I don't know if this one's a fake. If one of these is a fake. I'm pretty sure they're both legit. I never got anything fake, but if you guys can spot something off about them, let me know in the comments so I can see, because they both function the same. They both like pop. Here's like the side. You can see this one is I've had this one a little more because you can tell on the metal. This one's a little more newer. The reason why I have both of them, I have no idea actually. I got them both as a Christmas present. This one's just exists. I think this is one of like the very first ones. I don't have no clue what the name of it is because it doesn't have a QR code for me to scan on the app. This one is Kerbeus. Oh yeah, this one's the one where you push it and it's like, this one's a offense type. And then this one is a green version. It's a green variant of what the hell is it called? It's something. It's another Spryzen. I know that. It's the one where he's Red Eye, but I guess in oh shit. This point he'd be Green Eye. Yeah, and then this is Phoenix. I need to put the armor on. Hold up.
A few moments later.
I got it on. It was actually more difficult than that. But this, as you probably saw earlier from the few frames, this part right here splits off from the main bay, which is it's kind of like armor. It's really cool. This one's Dark Phoenix, I think. Cause this one, I remember in like the show. I'm probably gonna show a clip right now. This one destroyed bays. I mean, like annihilated them. And this owner was some crackhead or something who would just take the pieces of the bay and then just like mold them into this man. And then here we have the one of the very first ones I got, which is Nightmare Luminor. This one, you can tell this one went through hell. Because before I had one of these, I used to just like roll them on like the grid of my like house. And so because I've only had these two. I've had a metal version of this one. I gave it to my cousin, I think, and I've never seen it again. So basically what happened with the metal version, because this one's like the Hazard version. I think I had the Takami versions or the other one. This one's a medley one, so I think that's the Japan ones. One of the Japan ones. So I had them fight, and then like, so I was also watching Beyblade Burst, the first season, at the same time. So what I did, so while me and my sister were playing with these, we launched them. They were like this for a bit, and so this thing went flying. It hit a metal bar in the chair, and then it broke like this. And I've never seen that piece that should go right here ever again, and we've just left it like this. It still works. They even put a recreation in Beyblade Burst Evolution for us.
Now pulverize it!
So I know mine didn't break like that, but still. Kind of. It lost a piece that was supposed to be right there, but other than that, it works just fine. It's only 2 pieces. It's like this part, which has some rubber on it, and the top of it, which is the meat, I guess. Pretty cool. Yeah, I got to show off my Beyblade collection. Amazing. I'm gonna make them fight. Pretty awesome.
A few moments later.
Quick, while I was putting it back, I found this other one. I found Wonder Valtryek. And yes, I know almost all of the names of all the Valtryeks because I loved it. Loved everything about him. I just liked the character who had Valtryek a lot. It was very relatable to me at the time. But yeah, I kind of stopped watching the anime after they just they didn't make him a main character anymore. But yeah, Volt. He's the reason why I have the red jacket. I've had the red jacket since like elementary school, and I've had it since then. And that navy blue jacket is also because of him in Beyblade vs. Turbo. Pretty awesome. He's one of the reasons why I like the color blue. Pretty awesome.
Let it rip, rip, rip. Beyblade versus Surge. Let it rip.
Just so I can show off that these don't really work that well when fighting against an older generation Bay. When the Metal Fusion ones, they work just fine. But for some reason the burst ones either die too quickly as you saw in like the weird little side-scrolling clip there. This is the only other way from Rise that I have that can go against this one and not immediately pop. But yes. Alright. Let's rematch these guys and then let it rip. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it depends in that case.
A few moments later.
Even after that, we power back up and then launch them again. That happens. You see what I mean? You can't have it launch and then expect everything to be just fine. On the thick ones.
A few moments later.
Now, 2 compatible bays from the same era. Genesis Valtryek versus whatever the hell this is called, Satum. And next, what we're gonna do is do whoever wins this versus versus whatever this one's called. It's not Fafnir, I know that. But this one's a thick bay. See, the pieces they're all compatible, but that's not the issue that we have here. I'm talking about when they're fighting. So again. So that happened. Okay, so now we're gonna do this attack type versus the big boy. Now get me to my little grip. Okay, so since the evolution base didn't win against it, at least not technically, I'm gonna use one of the ones from Turbo. Shut. So that way, we can figure out why we can't just use one from like three generations to fight one of the ones from the newer generations. This is one of these. Let's grab launchers. Turbo. Oh. See, that's the point I was trying to make here. This one is way too overpowered against one of these, when it should be, funny saying, 3, 2, 1, let it fair fights. Oh my god. You see how one of them didn't get pulverized immediately? Also because this is the strongest bay from the evolution era, but still, this is a turbo bay versus an evolution bay. And it's like the first generation turbo bays, but whatever. Beyblade logistics out of the way. It should be that same fight or something similar to that fight happens with every single type of Beyblade. It should not have to matter so much that you have to get like a newer Beyblade just so you can kill this thick ass motherfucker right here. And with all that, you know, with the incompatibility, the show going weird, and also the mid fakes that I didn't get into in this episode, but I might if I make a follow-up episode. That all led to the downfall, unfortunately, of Beyblade Burst as a brand and as a whole. So the toy isn't that much popular. I mean, they are releasing their last toy line for the Burst era right now. So you still will be able to get Burst Bays, but they will be the last set before they become, well, I wouldn't say lost at times. People still collect metal bays. But, yeah. Then again, if you want to take it with a grain of salt, then take it with a grain of salt. But just remember, that's just the theory. A SpeedyFight theory. Thanks for watching.